Hey guys, and welcome to Wrestling Days. So I've got another figure review for you. It's again from an older series, and this one is of an absolute legend and someone that really doesn't get the respect that he truly deserves amongst the wrestling fans. Not only is he a fantastic wrestler who's had many career highlights over a very long period of time, but also he is somebody that has really helped other wrestlers through his yoga that he's been doing. You know, he took in Jake the Snake, and he's taken in Scott Hall. I know he's done a lot of work with other wrestlers as well, and you know, he's a lot more than just what he achieved in the ring. Really, what he's achieved out of it is arguably greater. I am talking about Diamond Dallas Page. This is series 36 of Diamond Dallas Page, and I gotta be honest, like the figure I don't think is the greatest. Looking at it from here, I don't think the face scan is the best. I don't think it's horrific. This isn't an absolute disaster like a 3 or a 4 out of 10, but this isn't something that I was desperately trying to get my hands on. I really like Diamond Dallas Page. I actually went to a talk that he did in London, where he was just telling a few stories and whatnot about, you know, how he got into the business. He used to run a club, believe it or not. I mean, there used to be wrestlers that used to come into the club, and that was kind of his way into the business. He debuted in 1990, and he was one of the major players in WCW, held the WCW title 3 times, and, you know, was in a lot of high-profile angles and main event matches for those guys. His run in WWE, WWF in around 2002 was a lot less underwhelming. He went into an angle where he was stalking the Undertaker's wife, and I mean, like, it was a big angle, but it wasn't a brilliant angle. He did win the European Championship, but really after that he was kind of done. And then, as we said, you know, since that point he's been concentrating very much on helping other wrestlers, and his DDP yoga is it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I need to shout out a really good friend of mine, Ali Dyson, who I know you know, lives and breathes DDP yoga, and he's a big fan of Diamond Dallas Page, and really just having a few conversations with him, I was able to learn a little bit more about DDP. But as I said, going to that chat and everything and listening to some of the stories he had, you know, he had Jake the Snake in his house living with him, and the snake got loose, and so he was, you know, trying to find this 10-foot python that had disappeared in the house. Could you imagine that? It must be horrific. So he's got some fantastic stories. He knows a lot of people, and he is a major player. Just unfortunately not really for WWE, WWF. But you do sometimes see him coming back at like the likes of the Royal Rumble and whatnot. And yeah, you know, he's an absolute legend. So this is the figure anyway, and you know, it comes with a vest. So not the greatest accessory in the world, but you know, we can kind of let him off. He didn't really have that many other accessories that he could have had. I would have loved the WCW Championship in here. I think this figure would have really benefited from that, but yeah, it is what it is. So got a picture of Diamond Dallas Page there on the side, same picture on there, same picture as well. Different picture on the back. It just says about that his ring attire. This ring attire is from 1997. His phrase, his signature phrase, "That's not a bad thing, that's a good thing." He's from the Jersey Shore, not the TV show. His signature move was the Diamond Cutter. He was 248 pounds, 6'5", made his debut in 1990. Other figures in this series, Bo Dallas, Stardust, great Stardust figure. Great Goldust figure as well, actually. Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. This was actually quite a strong series. Diamond Dallas Page being the main flashback in this. It doesn't say this is the first time he's been in the line, so he must have been in it before, but to tell the truth, I can't recall seeing what his other figure looked like. So I'll have to go back and have a look, see if I can find any info on that. But yeah, let's get this open. We'll have a look at the figure itself. Okay, cool. So got the figure out. It's a little better than what I thought, actually. So looking at it, the face is, you know, a little better when you're not just staring just at it. When you look at it in isolation, it looks a little bit off. But now it's out of the packaging, I can see that's Diamond Dallas Page. It's really difficult for them, you know, in like the face scans and whatnot. It just doesn't feel 100%, but it's not as bad as what I was dreading. Really like the side. You can see it's got the diamond, it's got the DDP above, which I think is a really good detail. I like the tattoos, very accurate on his arms as well. There's no like surprises on the back or anything. It's got the tattoo on his chest. I think the body on this is really strong as well. Now I've got it out, it feels like a pretty solid 8 as a figure. And then, as I say, it comes with the jacket. What I love about the jacket, though, is what's on the back. It's that image again of the diamond with the DDP. And again, you know, if you're the kind of person that keeps their figures in boxes because you want to look after them and display them that way, that's absolutely cool. But you do miss out on things like that. That's why I always take mine out of the packaging, you know. Because I want to see all the detail and see what the figure's like and see how it articulates, and this articulates really well. You know, it's an elite. It's got the full rotations and the wrist rotations, and you know, I mean, you can have them doing anything you want. It's got great articulation, and as I say, I really appreciate just those little bits of detail on the figures. So for me, this is actually not bad at all. Certainly a lot better than what I was expecting it to be. So I am quite happy to give this a decent 8. Just try and get his jacket on here so you can see what he looks like with the jacket on, which is not that tricky. Just make sure that it goes underneath the hair. Put that down there. I actually think with the jacket on it, he looks an awful lot better. And again, with the DDP on the back, that's kind of really cool. I like this figure. I think I was a little bit harsh on it maybe at the start, but that's why you do reviews, don't you? You know, so you can form that opinion and see what you think. But yeah, I mean, like, he's got the playing cards on his arm as well, which I know he had. So again, the detail on the tattoos just really strong. I like this. It's a good 8, really good 8. Cool. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at Wrestling Days UK. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, then it'd be brilliant if you did, because we've got loads more Mattel figure reviews still to come. And both me and Diamond Dallas Page will see you again next time. Bye for now.